Hello, fellow aviation enthusiasts. The FAE. That's not much of an acronym, is it? Gotta come up with something better, something catchy, like uh, fly, fly peeps. Anyway, thank you for checking in with me today. It's September 19th, 2022, a Monday. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and here is the classic definition of a ceiling. As you can see, there's no blue patches shining through, although it's kind of bright over there, and there's some bright spots, but I do not see any blue coming through, and that would make this the classic definition of a ceiling. However, you're not getting off that easy. You're not getting off with a report that just says ceiling 1,000 feet. Ceiling, I'm going to say this ceiling is, well, right there. I'll tell you what, that's close to a breakthrough in the ceiling, but not quite. God, you're not going to get away with just like looking at your report. I mean, today could be okay for cross country. There's plenty of visibility. I'd say more than 10 miles, although there's a little bit of haze in the horizon. And there's some virga clouds. Virga is Latin for veil, I believe. There's also a jet really anxious to take off, and he's going to get up in the air right away. So we'll get a good shot, I hope, of this jet taking off, and then we'll do a little bit more about ceilings. And I wanted to talk more about the PiperSport accident in Southern California that killed an instructor and a student. I'm getting some pushback. It's weird. Nobody wants to blame the airplane. Everybody wants to blame the pilots. And I think that oh, here comes the jet. I think the PiperSport accident and also the Barron flat spin accident in Santa Monica, or not Santa Monica, that was in Sacramento County, I think. I gotta double check that. Pretty sure. No, Santa Monica. The Barron flat spin that killed the DPE and the CEO of the grocery store chain. Here he goes. And he wanted to get out before there's any more rain coming in. Looks like a citation. He's got it wide open. I'll bet he just disappears into the clouds. Let's see. He's climbing maybe 2,000 a minute, I'd say. He's turning left. Yeah, still the snow. And boom, he's in the clouds. That was less than a minute, so I don't know. I'm trying to guesstimate the ceiling. I love the screen. Man, I tell you what, all this grass, man, oh man, this is 100 acres of grass, this piece of land. And they do harvest it, I know. Getting back to my thoughts about the ceiling. Okay, let's say they say a ceiling of let's just say 2,500 feet today, just for the sake of argument. That's the bottom of the ceiling. The top can vary, and the bottom can vary too. It's a guideline, and that taken along with all the other details of what's going on with the weather will determine whether you should fly or not. And if you're not sure, man, bounce it off of somebody. If your airplane engine feels weak, I did this one time where the talk around the hangar, not the hangar area, but you know, the waiting area you see at these small airports. You know, you have a room, you go and you wait, and everybody sits around, shoots the bull. The airplane that I reserved that day, there was commentary about that the engine felt weak on takeoff from an airport called Butter Valley, which is due north of here and is a popular stop-off. It's half paved and half grass runway, and there's power lines on the north end. You take off a lot to the north there. And I just didn't put any, I looked at the oil and I did the run up and the engine seemed fine, but you don't know completely if the engine is fine, even if it comes across in the run up. You know, you cut out the magnetos one at a time, you see that they're both working. This is a 152. Been around for a while too. Normally aspirated with a carburetor. No fuel injection on any of these things. And sure enough, I flew to Butter Valley that day and I barely got over the power lines. And I realized, and I broke out into a little bit of a cold sweat, I realized that, you know, when you hear talk like that, there's something to it. They're not making it up. And the engine was weak, and I reported the same thing when I got back, and I said something like the same thing the other guy that had just been out there said, that, you know, it was a close call getting off above the power lines at the end of this runway. Anyway, definite sealing. There's, you know, bright spots, dark spots, but this is a complete and total sealing. It's starting to rain now too, but that won't stop my dog from breakdancing, right? Let's see if he does a little breakdance for us. He's trying to be a Chippendale. There he goes. His breakdance. That's where he shows his belly and his junk, and there you go. His name is Harvey. Anyway, there's a couple of jets up there. Looks like they're ready to go, but the rain is getting heavier, so I'm going to sign off, and I plan to get back to you soon about that Piper accident. That's PiperSport, because the report indicated that there's a gearing mechanism between the prop and the crankshaft that is like going from third to first gear on your bicycle. Oh, there's somebody landing here. Let's see if we can get this. I am getting it very wet. The rain, who stopped the rain? Nobody's stopping the rain today, Mr. Fogarty. I don't know what kind of airplane that is. It looks like they're going awfully slow though. I don't know if you can see the light approaching on runway 29 there. It's taking forever. All right. Who cares?